we are here to bring you the CoronaWOD explanation. So this is going to be a WOD that we are doing on top of the normal in-gym workouts so that you can work out at home if you feel more comfortable not coming into the gym during this time. We want everybody to do what makes them feel comfortable, but we also understand how important fitness is to all of our health, mentally and physically. And so we definitely don't want you missing out on a workout just because you're being responsible or concerned about someone else's health and trying to decrease the spread of the coronavirus. So we will be doing this every single night, and we will be providing an explanation of the workout, demoing the movements, so that you will know exactly what to do for the day, the following day.
So as far as the workouts go, we're going to try to keep as close to the daily workout as possible. Of course, we will modify and give suggestions on different movements that you may not have the equipment for at home. What this means is we're going to have to be creative for weights, for anything that we need to use in the WOD. We're going to give you suggestions, demo some things, but of course, as always, you get to choose how you want to do this and how you want to scale it. But pick something that's challenging. Make sure you're actually getting that exertion that you need during the workout. The other thing is that if you have actual equipment at home, if you have wall balls, if you have dumbbells or even barbells, use those. We definitely don't want to take that away from you. If you have the equipment to do the daily WOD at home, whichever one it is, the core, solid, or strong, use those things and do it. Do it just like it is prescribed. Log your scores. This one will be on the whiteboard, so you can log your score there. What we'd like you to do is put in the notes what you decided to use for your weights or your equipment. And one of the things that we did is we went ahead and purchased a bunch of extra bands, and we're going to set it up to where you guys can check these out, take them home, keep them with you, and use them for these WODs, so that you have some type of resistance training just in case you don't have dumbbells or barbells or whatever. And we'll demo the movements that we want you to do with these bands to try to keep it as safe as possible.
All right, so tomorrow's WOD, we actually had to change the warm-up a little too because for everybody else, it's going to be the weightlifting warm-up. And so that will include barbells. But for those of us that are gonna be home, we've changed the Tabata elements up quite a bit, and it will be all body weight movement. And so you will set a Tabata timer on your phone, 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest, and you'll do 8 rounds of that. And the first element that you'll be doing is burpees, and then you will have air squats, then push-ups, and then mountain climbers. And Levi will be demoing all of this in just a minute. We'll go through all of that. You'll do 2 rounds of those, so you'll repeat those 4 elements. Now to explain the WOD, you are going to set a 20-minute clock on your phone or on a timer, and you have 3 4-minute AMRAPs with a 4-minute rest in between each. So your first 4-minute AMRAP, you're going to do 21 mountain climbers, 21 band pulls. Now this is going to simulate a kettlebell swing, and 21 banded thrusters. Levi will demo all of that for us in just a minute. You will then rest for 4 minutes, and then you will do another 4-minute AMRAP, but your rep scheme is now going to be 15 reps of mountain climbers, band pulls, and banded thrusters. You will rest for 4 minutes, and then you will do another 4-minute AMRAP with 9 reps of each of the same elements. Now, in the WODs that we're doing in the gym, the weight will increase, and that is why the rep count goes down. But please do not let that feel like you're not getting a good WOD. You are still getting 4 minutes of work for each of these AMRAPs. And so you can increase the intensity by increasing your speed. And so when you're doing these at-home WODs, please keep in mind that you still have control over getting a great workout by increasing the intensity in your own way through speed, or even with what band you end up choosing to go with, because you can go with a higher resistance band that will cause this to be a much more difficult workout. Your score will be reps per each AMRAP. So you will score each AMRAP separately into Wodify. All right, so we're gonna go over these elements and we're gonna start with the warm up. So first, a burpee is going to look like this. Levi's going to go all the way to the ground, chest and thighs touch the ground. He pops up and hands overhead, fully extending at the hips. To scale this burpee, he's going to place both hands down on the floor, stepping back, still going all the way down, snaking up, stepping forward, and still up and out overhead. That is the burpee. Next, we have air squats. So this is really important. We're not going to be able to see what your stance looks like or what your form looks like. So you guys have really got to be on top of this. You're going to be in a squat stance, so feet are slightly outside of hip width or shoulder width. He's going to initiate with his hips. He's going to stay back on his heels, big chest, and then drive up through those heels all the way up to the top. Notice his knees are tracking out and not forward. Good. Next, we have push-ups. So we're going to start with a strict push-up. He's gonna have his hands underneath his shoulders. He's gonna go all the way down, shoulders and hips going at the same time, and then pressing all the way back up. Good. To scale this, you can snake up. So you can go all the way down, and then chest, and then butt up next. Awesome. Now we've got mountain climbers. So mountain climbers are going to be in our WOD today. So we're going to go ahead and get warmed up for that. These will open up the hips. He's going to bring one foot forward up by the hand and then switch out. To scale this, if you can't get your foot all the way up to your hand, you're going to just step as close to your hands as possible. Okay, moving on to the elements of the WOD. We just went over mountain climbers. Next, we have the band pulls. So this is what simulates the kettlebell swing that you'll see in the WODs that are being done in the gym. And we have two bands that we have purchased. I think maybe we could go ahead and say that if you needed even less resistance, the yellow or red bands at the gym might be a better option because these are pretty tough.
Yeah, this one's fairly light for the movements we have today. These should be doable by most. This is a very unstable weight. So as I demo this here in a second.
Are you winded? You have corona.
I'm short of breath. But as you're using this band, it's not balanced and it's not easy to maintain. So you're gonna have to focus extra on keeping your core stable, keeping everything tight the entire time. So one of the things that we want to do is with the pulls, trying to simulate the pull of a kettlebell as much as possible. So what I want to do is put the band around my feet, and this is where we can vary the intensity here too, because the more narrow my stance is, the less tension I have on this band. The wider my stance is, the more tension I have on this band. So I'm gonna start out here kind of in the middle, both hands. I'm gonna relax the band as far as it'll go, and then pull out overhead. Down, pull. So I'm still simulating that same kettlebell swing. Now granted, I don't have the weight that I'm using, the momentum of, to launch it out overhead. This is all a hard pull all the way up with my shoulders and my hips the entire time. But it's the exact same movement. So we're not squatting in this, we're leaning forward and pulling.
Now to scale this movement, just like you would for a Russian kettlebell swing, you will only pull up to about eye level or even mid-chest level. All right, so next we have the banded thrusters. So again, we're going to be using the same band.
So same concept here. So we want to be pretty much in our squat stance. Don't want to be any wider than that, don't want to be narrower than that, because we're going to actually squat in this position. So what I want to do is pull the band up and support it here. So again, we're not balanced. We don't have the big pendulum that we normally have with a dumbbell. So we're going to try to keep everything stacked here in this front rack position with this band. Squat down all the way, and then up and press.
The barbell.
Yeah, barbell.
Notice, same thing with a thruster. He is going down past parallel and coming all the way up and not thrusting, going into that press until his hips are all the way open.
Now, we've all worked with bands before on pull-ups and stuff like that. The more we use it here, the more you're gonna realize you're gonna have to be very intentional about how you do these things. We've all had the band accidentally pop out of our feet when we're doing pull-ups. That doesn't feel good. And the same thing over here, if you have it pulled up overhead and it slides off of your hands, it's not gonna feel good, or slides off your feet. So be very careful when you do this. Practice it a few times before you start. Don't just jump into the WOD. They're all perfectly safe to do, but you're not gonna really injure yourself. You're just gonna might leave a nice little red mark.
If you're not ready to do the banded pulls or the banded thrusters, you can get a water bottle and simply use a water bottle as your weight option for the kettlebell. I'm gonna grab Henry's sippy cup and just demo what that would look like. Any object, guys, but put a little bit of weight on it, and you can then still use it like you would a kettlebell, just to add a little bit of weight to that movement. For a progression for the thrusters, if you're not quite ready to do the thrusters, you can simply turn that into air squats, or double the reps. Huh?
Squat reach.
Squat reach?
So squat.
What do you call squat reach? Oh, okay.
So you're still getting a little bit of shoulder activation in that.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna try to go ahead and get this posted soon so you can send us all the questions that you may have. This is going to take a little bit of us figuring out as we go. We'll get better and quicker at this, and hopefully it won't take as much explanation as we go along.
And those of you that are doing this, make sure you let us know how it goes. If you want to post about it in the core group, talk about how you did, what your score was, what you liked, what you didn't like, and we'll kind of shape these as we go.
Yes, and if you need any bands, or you are deciding to go ahead and do the CoronaWOD, please contact me. I need to know who all is going to be doing this so that we aren't worried that you're not in the gym, and so that we get the right equipment to you, and everybody needs to check out the equipment appropriately. So we're going to have a standard process that's going to be done too. So you don't just grab equipment and go. Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. Good luck, guys.